Stay a while and listen.
Well, hello, chat room. What? Why are you laughing at me? Huh? Why you laugh? I don't understand. Yes, you can talk, it's okay. So, hi! This is the Buffet 144 with me. We got Galv, who is not blonde. Joining, once again, down here, we have Wickedkitten, who is also currently not blonde. And Draven. And if you're confused, this is not a voice changer. This is actually me doing this to my voice.
Doing a dropped frame voice, yeah. I'm gonna have to call my internet people again and yell at them and be like, "Stop it!" Yes, impression. I thought the internet was for something else, but okay. Haven't EQ taught me wrong, apparently. Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I figured you had nothing better to do. Yeah. What have you been up to this week, Alf? Talk. Picking up me, I'm going to pull the stream down. Okay, talk.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Butterflies. Butterflies.
Yeah. Okay, we are back, yay.
Butterflies are free to fly. Better?
Yep. So you're going to have to go do your whole intro again.
Okay. I'll give you the quick version.
Quick
Dog,
and dirty.
better.
Round 3,
thing
fight!
Died, Taurus. Get over here!
Toasty!
And let's see, we had fun in Vex and Antorus and the tour and the Antor bus, and HVFT is good. Went and saw Ready Player One last night. I highly recommend it. There are lots of good references in Ready Player One. I highly recommend you guys go see it.
Yeah.
Work's good. Life outside of work is doing pretty well too. So That's pretty much it on my end.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yes. And special guest returning. Hopefully it doesn't cut out horribly.
Hi, don't
Chat-
cut me out, please.
Yeah, we're just going to cut all your scenes. It'll be fine.
No.
No. Anyway.
Anyway.
Hopefully
So-
the tech issues hopefully cease soon. But as chat room is asking, who is the blonde? Well, she's not blonde. But she is Wickedkitten.
I am Wickedkitten. How are you? How are you doing? I'm well.
Fine. We're all fine down here. How are you?
Boring conversation anyway.
Yeah, I've had quite an interesting week. Work is work and all that. But, obviously being a Heroes player, it's kind of an exciting week, and I'll just leave it at that until later.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you, Draven?
Me?
Yes, how was your week?
My week has been interesting. The highlight of which is these here. It's a new headphones because my other ones died. Well, partially.
Nice cans.
Never say that to another guy. And probably never say it to a girl either at that. But, yeah. I was gifted early birthday present a new pair of headphones. So, yay, I can hear things instead of... I got nice speakers that I can use. But it makes podcasting really hard when you're hearing sounds coming out of a speaker, and if you have a working mic, you can't filter that. So you have to have some kind of headphones or earpieces or something. So, yeah. So I will go ahead and give my shout out to the week of the person who bought these ridiculously expensive headphones for me for my birthday. And I will just name the person as Kat. And they will know who I'm talking about.
That's so sweet.
I thought so.
Kat, I love my headphones too. If you're out there, more is always good.
Yeah, Kat, I need a new car, so,
Oh,
hook a sister up.
I'm gonna go find a Matchbox car for you. That's what I did.
so
I actually
fun.
did that once. A relative of mine, completely not related to the show, but a relative of mine said they wanted a car for their birthday, and they named which car they wanted, and I found the exact match of a Matchbox car and handed it to them, and they thought it was hysterical, and that thus started the gag gift routine that we had between each other. It was like every year here's a gag gift, and it got worse and worse. And I won't tell you where it ended, but it involved really awkward looks.
Oh, so it was a gag gift.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to get him a real car.
So, yeah, I did that with my brother once.
Mhm.
He wanted a candy apple red convertible, and so he got one this big.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, other than that, my week played a little bit of Heroes, mostly quick match and AI just for a quick, run through. I did play 2 Hero League games last night. First 2 in a while.
How'd that go?
I was last pick on my team both times. And I was also the first one to show, this is who I want to play on this map. Both times.
Nice.
I wanted to play Sylvanas on the first one because she was overpowered on that map, in my opinion. Didn't get to play Sylvanas. Like, can you play a front line?
Really?
I got to pick Blaze. I last picked Blaze. Shrines. Infernal Shrines. Yeah. So I got to pick Blaze. And then we proceeded to get a 5-level lead on the opposing team, and we were just like, that was fun. Yeah. And then I got to play Chromie on the second game, and I may have deleted the entire team multiple times. Because I could.
I like Chromie. Chromie's fun.
Yeah, Chromie.
Dynamic.
Fun. But anyway, other than that, Galv, I'm in your raid group for a while.
Yeah, and I think
One of them.
you guest shot on Vex as well this week. I appreciate that.
I didn't actually.
Didn't you?
No, that was a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for helping out.
Didn't you?
No, if I did, I wasn't conscious for it.
Didn't you?
No.
Okay.
No, I was having too much lag issues the last few days. Like, I was mentioning to Galv and the rest of the team, and I couldn't talk because my headset had broken by that point. And I just had said, "Hey, I'm getting some nasty like rubber banding, which is I don't. For those of you who don't know what rubber banding is, you're all of a sudden in one spot and then all of a sudden somewhere else and somewhere. It's just back and forth. It's just it's annoying. And then my lag spiked up. I think it got up to almost 7K at one point. And Gal was like, "Well, you're still doing really good." I was like, "It's not constantly there."
Yeah, you were still top 4 DPS and like the last place for avoidable damage. So we're like, we don't give a crap. Keep Draven in. If he's rubber banding, he's dodging all the stuff on the ground because of it. So let's keep it going. We got the kill though. Yeah,
we got the kill. If we would have gone for that next kill, I don't care. I would have sat out because positioning is too important on that next one.
That's true.
So I've been doesn't matter if I can't see where I'm at. No. But anyway.
You wanna get on to it?
We probably should while my internet is not being a butt.
Yes.
And away we go.
Anyway, so
Oh.
we missed the opportunity of an April Fool's joke last week.
Oh.
You didn't have the show?
We didn't have the show on April Fool's Day, which is why we didn't do it. And then I was like, well, we could just cover April Fool's jokes that Blizzard did. Some of them were, funny.
Yeah.
Some of them not as much. I think my personal favorite was they're moving the
auction house.
The auction house one. It's like we're going to put the dance studio from the auction house outside the auction house. But then we're going to move the auctioneers to the dance studio because they want to participate. But in order for them to have, cover over the head, we're going to move the auction house over top of them. So
they cut their ears off?
Yes.
They
were presented with socks, and they were like, yay, Dobby is free.
It was good. It was good.
That was one of my personal favorites.
That was a good one.
There was a Havoc Demon Hunter one. It was like, Chaos Blades are now acting a bit more predictably. Because Chaos.
Oh.
Not so
my favorite was still historically having the guy. They were talking about the Bard, and the guy was demonstrating how you play it by turning your keyboard sideways and like tapping the keys that way for your rotation. That was one of my favorites of all time. But that's years ago. That's like maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
There were a couple other ones.
There are tons of them.
We'll tag into them. Was there any? What's up first? Did you have Diablo news?
I know there was something for the media day for Diablo. Alessandro, thank you very much for sending me a 77-page, I'm exaggerating, it's probably only like 12 pages, list of everything that they found.
Whoa.
From the media day. The two big things is Diablo 3 stuff is about 50% off. So $10 for Diablo, really $10 for Reaper of Souls, obviously $20 for both of them combined, $10 for the Necromancer. And that is going on for, if you're listening live, 2 more days. So you have until Monday.
Yep. If you catch this on the replay, you may have already missed your chance.
You probably did.
I'm too old to read this. It's so small.
You can zoom. More and more confirmation on the Switch, but we've covered that in previous weeks.
Yeah.
Then
what I personally liked for Diablo news, and it's kind of StarCraft news also, which is a great way to transfer over to StarCraft. Someone recreated Diablo 2 into StarCraft 2 as a mod.
And for those of you who don't know how that works, StarCraft has a game an editor, and you can create almost anything, including I've seen full-length movies being built with the editor. This is actually what they used, or at least prior to recently. I don't know what they use now, but back then, so the StarCraft 2 editor had everything that they used to do all their in-game cinematics and stuff like that. So we had access to all of that.
That was really cool. I mean, it's not overly fancy, but the fact that someone did it is freaking awesome.
Yeah. And also, Alessandro's bringing up, someone used it also to recreate Dota, which, for those, that was actually Dota originally was a mod for Warcraft 3.
Right.
I think. One of the Warcraft
Yes.
mods. I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was off the map.
Yeah.
Defending Defense of the Ancients.
Yeah,
which
it was a map. Someone made it.
Which is DOTA. Defend. Yeah, I mean, like that was the map in Warcraft. So.
Yeah. So there's that. But since Alessandro is here in chat with us, we should probably mention something about StarCraft. And so we mentioned StarCraft, so I think we're done.
Yeah, let's see here. There's lots of StarCraft tournaments going on.
Yeah.
The 20th anniversary is approaching.
Wow, that game is so old.
Okay, so when he says 20th anniversary, he means from the original StarCraft.
Right.
The new ones only have about 8.
Oh, I know. My brother played StarCraft.
Now, when I say there's lots of tournament news, I'm underselling the story because there are tournaments going on everywhere. Like, that community is absolutely humming, and Twitch has got the StarCraft channel, twitch.tv/StarCraft. Was it Nation Wars? The
GSL going strong.
GSL's
tonight is actually I believe, Final Four for its current Season 1 tournament.
The Collegiate Series is going on, the TESPA Collegiate Series. The Africa Star League Season 5 is coming back. I mean, it's I cannot believe how many different concurrent events are happening. Very impressive.
Yeah. And you would think with all this stuff going on, you wouldn't need to put a pro player in jail for match fixing. Again.
You would think.
Another one. Not the same guy again, but it's another one. So it's a match fixing issue again. You would think they would learn, I'm going to get caught. We've had this conversation. I'm going to get caught. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of how long before.
That doesn't stop people, though.
People are stupid.
They're going to keep trying. They think they're going to get away with it.
Okay, I'm going to rephrase my previous statement. A lot of people are stupid. Not all people. Some of them are smart. Unfortunately, Stephen Hawking died, so we're one smart person down. But he was smart enough, I could probably say that's 3 people.
This dude ain't making up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just disappoints me that, first off, when people just cheat in games in general, I'm very disappointed because it's a game. Play what makes it fun for you, but don't cheat other people out of legitimate enjoyment. It's a game. Like if you're like cheating and it's a life or death situation, or Jean Valjean stealing bread for those kind of things. But seriously, match fixing in StarCraft, how is that worth it? I can't imagine.
Yeah, he's not allowed to play anymore, so yeah, whatever. And then Alessandro's also bringing up, normally we don't promote too many other podcasts here, but because of who's in it, I'm gonna name it. In Control, who I don't know the name off the top of my head, but Artosis I do know. He's one of the big names of StarCraft casters. Those two are getting together and doing their own Starcraft focused podcast, and they're calling it Pylon. Because it makes sense. Pylon. Must construct additional pylons.
Or a phonetic reference to the Grim Guzzler. Pylon! Don't you know?
Yes. So, Galv, we've had this talk before. I make the bad jokes.
It's a good joke, but it's
No, it really wasn't.
Warcraft related. That's why you probably didn't get it.
No, I got it. I just ignored it because it wasn't funny.
Fight, 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 fight.
Fight. Anyway, moving on. Wicked offered today to be like, hey, I can be on and talk about something specific. And if you didn't know who it was she wanted to talk about, you can look all the way over on the side if you're doing the video watching. And no, I don't mean Galv. Go past Galv. Or I'm gonna pop up the title screen again, and right near the middle.
You're pointing the wrong way.
It's on the screen. They can't see me. Right there in the middle or near the middle, a little bit left, a little bit down and right is a little thing, and it's the exact same thing I got. It's just smaller. We got Deckard Cain coming to Heroes.
Hell yes.
Yes.
So
Did you queue up a clip from last week when you called?
no, I didn't bother making a clip.
People, you hear her last week.
People have been asking for Deckard Cain, and a lot of us, myself included, were like, I don't know how that would work. And then they came up with the announcement, unlikely hero, lore, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what if it's Lore's hair? That's a hero.
So, but we discussed last week ideas. Support class came up, and people that would mess with the field. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah,
he messes with the field.
Yeah, he throws his.
Honestly, go ahead.
No, I was just saying he throws his rudder cube down, which is something I named a long time ago. Had to have been an ability. I thought it was going to be something else, and it just not really a stun. It's just a slow with very low damage. He's a very low damage hero, but he's a support, so it makes sense.
Yep.
What were you going to say, Wicked?
Oh, I was going to say, basically, he was only ever going to be probably a supporter or specialist. That's what I was always thinking. And what the, what do you call it? I guess what I've heard theory crafted before. And his abilities, just that ultimate.
Yeah. So
that's
I gave away a lot of, the show's info. Like with the title screen, Deckard's on there. But the intro music was made special for tonight. It's the exact same, except for at the beginning where it normally says, shut up and sit down. It's Deckard saying, stay a while and listen.
So, all right, a couple things about this. Deckard has one of the most interesting and dynamic abilities that I've seen yet in a hero's character. He has proportionately stronger play and enhances others the closer he is to a tank, depending on what level he is. So the closer you can stand to a tank character, the tougher he is to kill. And later, his enhancing other players' abilities, including life steals, holy crap! It's brutal. Characters like Tracer are going to be invulnerable or immortal. I mean, essentially like Tracer the Vampire.
Oh, what? I thought you were talking about his heroics.
I called them an ultimate. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. He
yeah.
got. I don't. Go ahead.
The first time that someone ever described the talent of stay a while and listen, it was like maybe like a couple years ago when I was first getting into Heroes and I had played Diablo and all that, and just seeing it done. I mean, it's like where Anna started. When Anna came in and she came from Overwatch and she had the sleeping ability, and we all looked at it and were like, oh, there's this new, sleeping mechanic. How are they going to use that in the future? And here we go, putting people to sleep by reading them boring stories.
And as I made the joke pre-show, we might have not even been on the air, or if we were, I was muted. It's going to be like my raid team and Galv giving the strat for the thing. We're just all going to fall asleep.
So you guys, in this fight, they use the color green. Green is typically, symbolized by something vibrant or something very diseased. And in history, we see examples of green in impressionist works and in Asian pottery. Stay a while and listen.
Yeah, he's exaggerating a little.
Nap.
He's exaggerating a little bit, but that's kind of how his strategies work. Go through a couple abilities and then something kind of random off topic, and then he gets back to the ability.
Yeah, I made a brutal mistake this week. Howland asked me to do the TLDR. Too long, didn't read strategy. I misunderstood him. I thought he meant by saying that he wanted me to go over the one that, hey, these people haven't done this before, go over the long version that we don't normally go over. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try to do that. I didn't realize that he meant give him the 2-second version, like don't stand in crap, blue is bad on this fight. So, yeah. But, Wicked, what excites you about Deckard Cain, and you're looking forward to playing him?
Well, I like support. I mean, I play mainly assassin. If anyone makes the Lunar joke, I'll punch them in the face. But
I'm dearly upset that you would make that kind of accusation.
I can't think of another pun. So like I don't play tank very often, and so it's basically support and assassin. I tend to go for the supports that are unconventional and people don't like, which it's like Tyrande and stuff like that.
Tyrande!
Yeah, like I find it boring. Like Lieutenant Morales, like standing there with a beam, like that's real effective and everything, and I'm sure it's great in a game, but it's boring as hell. I like a character. I like someone who comes in and shakes things up and does different things and kind of makes the team work better, not just, healing, but giving them strengths, just the way like Tyrande would, and it's just really funny having him there. Come on. Do you see the way he walks? I need to see that.
Yeah.
And honestly, the beard is OP. Just saying.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the level 20 upgrade to his other ultimate. So we've mentioned stay a while and listen. I'm picking that first no matter what, because it's freaking stay a while and listen. I don't care. And from what I hear, every time you use it, he tells an actual story in-game. Like he'll say stay a while and listen and then start talking. So yeah, he tells a story whenever he says stay a while and listen. And then
that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the interplay with the other characters, like other people telling him like, oh my god, do we have to listen to one more story? Oh,
I'm sure there's gonna be some interactions between the two.
I gotta hear these.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. I love those kinds of things in the game, like the interplay between the characters and just like I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I mean, where else in this whole thing? Like you got Starcraft from 20 years, you got Diablo from 1,000 years, you got Warcraft since the beginning of time apparently, and like all these games mixed together in this wonderful world. That's why I love Heroes.
But we've got that second alt still.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Swirling vortex.
Swirling vortex of books and papers.
Yeah. And
a librarian's nightmare.
It's a bounce too. It pushes.
Yeah.
So
the level 20 has to include a shark.
That would be fantastic.
Why a shark? Pop culture reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss Murphy Shark.
What about like Moby Dick? What if it was like a whale?
No, it needs to be a shark because it's a pop culture reference.
What if the shark's going left? Can the sharks circulate left?
I don't. As long as it matches the tornado, I don't care which way it goes.
Right, but then you get the left shark also.
One reference at a time, sir. You don't need to put too many. This coming from someone who loved Ready Player One, and there's just references nonstop. That's different, though.
Here's my thought, because the Vortex is going to be like, books and papers and stuff. What if they come up with a skin, and when you pick the Vortex ability, there could be like a shark in there? But I can't think of maybe like a summer skin or something, where he's in please don't put him in Speedos. Please, Blizzard, please don't put him in a Speedo. Don't put any more characters in a Speedo. I don't want that. I don't want it.
He could do like a peg leg pirate skin.
Or
that would be good for him.
Ooh.
Just because Wicked doesn't want it, I kind of want the Deckard Kane Speedo.
Oh, God. Stay a while and be creeped out.
But if they do that, you guys have watched Family Guy before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Herbert.
Oh.
Give him that really high-pitched voice. For that skin only. Make it a legendary skin. I don't care. Give it the extra voice.
Give it. Sexy. I can't do the voice.
Exactly.
I was gonna try.
Give him that voice. And you can get Lore to voice it. It's fine. He can do the voice fine. That would be
cool.
That would be amazing. Disclaimer: I don't actually want that skin, so don't make it. But just because she doesn't want it, it would be funny.
Agreed.
Blizzard, if you're listening. Oh, I guess that's just for the video. Sorry, listeners.
The only other piece that I think here's the dorm still happening. Man, I wish that was going on when I was in college. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
It could be. You just got to go back to college and then get good at the game.
Boom.
I mean, I'm okay, but I just don't put enough time into it to. You know what I mean? Like it's not my top one. If it was my top one, yeah, I'd probably be better.
I've seen you play your top one. You're not very good there either.
Do you think those kids make it to class?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nerd sports stars.
Their class is playing.
I mean, they're
the game.
paid.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the stuff. Like I went to school. I got a degree in biology. Now, biology is awesome. It's an amazing subject. Infinite sort of interesting things to see in life, where things like rotors on a helicopter derive from biology. Things like zippers and Velcro derived from biology. Examples in real life. But right now, kids going to college can specialize in making video games, computer programming, and visual arts and stuff that it's like a playground. I mean, and it's widely accepted. No one's going to say to you, "Oh, why don't you, pick a degree that'll actually matter in life?" Those
Mind
people
you,
are making bank.
For you, it's a playground, but there's still Did you know that there's people who don't like or play video games? These people exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard someone complain at the bar this morning that the Ready Player One was a gamer movie, and they were terrified. They're like, "Oh, I sucked. My kid loved it, but I hated it." I'm thinking to myself, the person they're talking to, I'm giving them the 2 thumbs up, it's good.
Do you guys play the Brawl this week?
In
For
Heroes?
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
In Heroes,
Heroes.
in Heroes, yes.
We'll talk about Hearthstone. Don't worry.
Yep.
I got
Well,
you.
nothing new for Hearthstone. We don't need to worry about that. We can skip that.
What?
But yeah, the new Brawl in Heroes. Yeah, I've played that. I haven't completed it yet, but I've played it.
Well, now they have the heroic this week.
Yeah, which I called that too because it made sense. They've done it before. I got to the very end. We literally had 3 seconds left, and then they just did enough
I got
damage.
nothing going on after the podcast. Let's roll one.
I've seen you play. I don't want to do that with you. I'm kidding.
Mean.
I'm kidding. I'll play the game with him. It's fine.
Yeah. Surviving
these are
this podcast is going to take another one of these.
yeah, the whole PvP is it
PvE.
PvE? Sorry. Yeah, that aspect of it I really like since I'm unsubbed from WoW and I never got to do like that kind of stuff. So it kind of gives me the same kind of feel, but in a game that I love. No offense, Warcraft, I like you. We're friends, but I'm in a relationship with heroes. You need to understand, you can be on the side.
So Warcraft's your side dish.
No, that probably like Heroes is the wife, Hearthstone is the girlfriend, Overwatch is the mistress, and Warcraft is like the best friend that I have fun with.
The best friend you don't talk to.
Well, yeah.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
It's because it's always like you love them, but you don't need to talk every day. You don't need to see them. The love is there, and so when you get back together and you talk to them, it's like no time has passed. Literally, because my character is still in her garrison, so no time has passed.
Did you say purgatory or did you say garrison?
What's the difference? I don't know how to get out of there.
Well, lucky for you, they've added doors. So.
Oh man.
That should be like the April Fool's announcement next year. World of Warcraft now with doors.
Anyway, I think we've talked up heroes as much as we can for this one. I still say either a shark skin for Lornado or add a shark to it for the level 20, even if it's on a specific skin.
I get it.
And now you get the joke 10 minutes later.
I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen it either.
Now she's behind the idea, right?
She understands the reference.
The movie's really bad.
She can Captain America.
I've never seen it. I'm gonna guess.
The movie is supposed to be bad. It's designed to be bad.
All five of them.
So it's one of those that's actually good?
No.
Well, that's their whole concept is
okay.
It's so bad it's good.
All 5 of them.
Yeah.
All 5.
Because people are just like, oh my god, this is the best movie to go get stoned and go watch, which I generally don't. I don't do that, but I understand. There was a Strange Brew, right? That's a good one. UHF, they're out there.
No, those are actually good movies, though. Well, maybe they weren't at the time.
Cult classics. And here's another one that I will say I did not enjoy. I don't like the actor anymore, but Leonard Part 6, Bill Cosby's solo feature film,
man,
was
I can't ever watch that movie.
Terrible. It is so bad that my brother, who really thought he was funny at the time, that was his pick. We all got a turn to pick a movie in our family. He's like, "Oh, this will be great. We'll all like it."
No.
He got banned from picks for a half a year.
I have one question about that movie.
Yeah.
Was it about Jello pudding pops?
There was a reference, but no, he's a secret agent, and the premise of it being called Leonard Part 6, where the first 5 episodes were too top secret to be shown in theaters. So you only got to see episode 6, where he is.
I remember something about defeating lobsters with butter. That's all.
Yes, defeating lobsters with a partially melted stick of butter. Yes. And he wore an outfit that would make Captain EO cringe at one point. So, yeah.
Anyway, welcome back from Tangentville. Here on our left is Hearthstone. I heard there's something new news-wise this week. What's going on with Hearthstone? Because honestly, I don't look that crap up because that game bores me. I'm kidding.
Things happened.
I know of one thing.
Well, Starcraft anniversary, Hearthstone's upcoming Portal Brawl. How was that for a voice?
It was a voice.
It was a voice. 2018 Spring Hearthstone Collegiate Championship. So you think you can cast Hearthstone Edition 2018. These are all the little things going on around there. What is really blowing stuff up is
Dynamite.
the even odd deck meta that's
Mhm.
coming, and people are starting to see more of these cards getting released, and it's getting crazy. So, Wicked, what have you seen of this? Like, because you pay attention to this too.
I I was quite excited by the gray main card. I think only because I play a Worgen and I have like a thing for them.
She's a furry.
Shut up.
Dude,
I
half
know.
your audience are furries. Don't mock them.
Yeah, never.
Hey,
Never.
People can be into whatever they want to. I was just stating a possibly not well-known fact.
Mm,
You don't need truth to be a fact anymore. Let's face it.
no.
So,
Anyway, go on.
Yeah. I don't have any money to buy these what did I have? The 50 packs or whatever for
I think it's 70 this time, isn't it?
it's yeah, and that's the sad part that I don't have enough money to be able to buy the packs, so I'm a little sad. I'm going to have to buy them with gold, which is I'm trying to rack up gold. Yeah.
right. There was a couple of really interesting different cards that came out since the last time we talked. One that I find is entertaining is the Voodoo Doll. And on Battlecry, you choose a minion. When your Voodoo Doll dies, it kills that minion too. Because it's like you Voodoo Doll that minion, and when someone, kills the Voodoo Doll, that minion dies. Witch's Cauldron. After a friendly minion dies, add a random shaman spell to your hand. So, how would you like to have a paladin deck and pull down like a Bloodlust? How brutal
A
would that
Murloc
be?
deck with Bloodlust.
Yeah, Paladin Murloc, and you draw Bloodlust. Wow, that would be brutal. Countess Ashmore, Battlecry is draw a Rush, Lifesteal, and Death Rattle card from your deck. That's pretty powerful.
Possibly.
And the Nightmare Amalgam. This is an elemental, mech, demon, murloc, dragon, beast, pirate, and totem card.
Everything basically.
Where it normally says what type of card it is, it just says all.
So I'm going to get that card that says destroy all whatever on the board, and then it just
Yeah.
goes away because it's in that category.
Exactly.
Although
exactly.
it would work well in a Murloc deck too, because I would be like, yeah, I'm just going to buff everything.
There are a couple of those cards that have the 3-wave buffs. That card will be buffed by almost everything, pirate decks included. And then there's one that's really fun that I saw. It's a splitting fester root, which is like a giant demonic tree. On Death Rattle, it spawns 2 splitting saplings, which are 2/2, and when those die, they summon 2 1/1 wood chips each. So it's a card that splits. Which is pretty
Jeez,
cool.
that's a good one.
So
Especially since right now with the current meta that they have now, where you have the cards that you can choose the different things, like the +3 Divine Shield. You always want to get that like plant when it dies, the 2 little 1/1 plants. That seems to be like an effective strategy right now.
Right. Because everyone wants to do board control and clear, right? But if every time they kill something, you spawn a whole bunch more on the board, and then you can buff the crap out of an existing minion. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Draven, were you mentioning something and we stepped all over you or not?
No, I was just saying the thing I knew about was they announced when you get to start playing this stuff.
Yes! There is
April 12th.
April 12th.
5 days from today, live show.
Yep. I got a bunch of packs already because still the daily quests are giving out packs, and some of those include Witchwood packs, depending on which ones you complete. But Thursday, there's going to be tons of people logging into Hearthstone to crack open new packs, start firing up the new meta. It's going to be a crazy weekend in Hearthstone.
I need to stream some Hearthstone this weekend.
Yes, you do.
Crazy.
I've got like 3,200 gold, so I can get a few packs with my gold. I really wish I could pre-order. It makes me so mad.
Well, so if you played Warcraft, they have this thing where you can buy tokens with gold. Now these tokens they're $20 for someone else to buy, 15, they're worth 15 to you. So you can pay for another month's subscription in WoW, or you can put it in your Blizzard balance. So if you have enough gold, you could buy, say,
The whole shebang.
yeah, you could buy this. Just putting that out there for anyone who's thinking about it.
I wish I had Blizzard Gold. Do you have Blizzard Gold for me?
For you, no.
Oh. Well, then I guess
You
I'm
would
not getting
misuse
this.
it. Moving on. Do you have anything else, Hearthstone? Because, let's face it, I'm kind of on the whole subject of Hearthstone.
Did you try the brawl this week?
No.
Always hit the brawl. Free pack. I mean, those that
See,
can't
that
buy,
would
get all the
require
free packs.
that would require me actually loading the game. Like, it's still downloaded on the computer and on my phone. It's just a matter of, do I really want to hit the button?
Do
you
I
have-
really want to hit the button? No? No one?
See,
No, I
I
know where
think
you
it's
are
a
with that.
spoiler if I think it's a spoiler if I give away that reference from Ready Player One already.
It has to be 2 weeks, remember?
2 weeks.
2+, yeah. Depending on what it is. Like, usually we don't worry too much about movie stuff. In-game stuff, we wait, but with movies, at least on podcasts, it's usually 2-3 weeks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Priest is killing it right now. I really hate Priest.
Oh, and Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Look, I tried to ladder with my really good Warlock deck. I just got smoked when I flopped over to the Murloc Paladin. Started cranking out wins, but Priest is really strong right now, and I don't know. I don't understand how a deck that I've already played is suddenly powerful now when it wasn't like a week ago. Or
It's the
sorry, a
meta.
month ago.
The meta
Yeah.
changes. Like, the other thing I'm noticing is people are coming back with, like, Crystal Core Rogue. Really? Like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Like, playing these old things, and it's still beating me. But I've just been playing around with different decks just to see how it feels, like Warrior and stuff, which I never really use. But you have to get quests done.
Right.
To get those extra not frozen, Witchwood packs.
Yes.
Well, they're
there's
frozen right
throne
now.
packs in there too.
But
They're frozen right now. You can't open them.
Well, but
You
there's
mean-
also frozen throne packs that
Yeah.
you can get from some of the quests, and so that's kind of what I was
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah, it's going to take till Thursday for them to thaw out.
Oh my god.
Speaking of which, it's been
Punch in the
snowing up
face.
here again. Blah.
It snowed here, too. I got the shovel this morning. That was fun!
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on from Hearthstone.
Yay!
Oh, are we done for the night?
No, we have to go over to the Mistress Overwatch.
Do 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 do. Karen.
He said doo-doo.
That means poop.
It's a hero's duty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
so,
on my way.
and I actually added some pictures to our little screen, so, for those of you watching the video, you can see them. Nothing new. Tracer is back.
Mhm.
So is the Iron Giant, but he's not from Overwatch. Or is he?
Not yet. Not yet. Look, if they can make a tank cow, they can make an Iron Giant.
Okay. Anyway, Overwatch, we got some information about the new uprising for this year. It's called Retribution.
Yes.
Retribution!
Because Overwatch decided to take the best spec in Warcraft and put it in their game.
Boom.
Let's actually talk about things that are really news and really happening.
Retribution is being put into Overwatch. The reasoning I came up with may or may not be accurate, but since when has that
Definitely
stopped?
not.
So anyway, much like the thing last year, there's 2 modes. There's the main, you have these 4 heroes to pick from. And then you have you can pick anybody.
Hmm.
Otherwise known as Bastion mode.
Can we back the wagon up slightly? I don't want to step on toes. Huge lore reason behind this. New Overwatch comic came out about am I
Blackwatch?
yeah, is it okay if I go back and
You can
give
talk about the
prelude
comic.
Sure. So the reason this event is in the game is they went back and released a comic about what happened to Blackwatch, which is the Overwatch at the time Overwatch's Black Ops division. The intro movie they had for this was really well done. Go read the comic. It's awesome. Essentially, the Black Ops division has to go and do something not quite legal. The team from the Black Ops division ends up going somewhere they shouldn't necessarily be, and then all of a sudden they get caught, and mayhem ensues. But not Junkrat mayhem, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the scenario. I can't wait to play it.
All hero mode. Is it going to be Bastion mode again?
I don't think so, because it looks like it's very mobile. You're not defending.
It's
You're
a
not defending
payload.
King's Row.
It's a payload.
Is it? It didn't look like a payload to me, but maybe I saw it.
It's a payload map. That to me says Bastion mode.
Yeah, Bastion. If it's a payload, then yeah.
I don't have fun as Bastion.
I have
swear.
tons of fun as Bastion because I can just literally AFK, hold down left click, and turn around and be like, "What's up?"
It's just not. I need mobility. It's just me. I need mobility. I need to be able to move.
He's plenty mobile, unless he's stationary.
Eh.
He's mobile because he's sitting on the payload with the shield around him.
He is mobile as long as he wants to be.
I'm gonna start walking.
There's nothing in the area for me to shoot. Maybe I should move.
Where's my bird? Huh.
If it's payload, it's going to be Bastion mode again.
Yeah.
Poop.
It looks like it'll be fun. I mean, that's for the all heroes. I mean, you have Genji, McCree, Reaper, and Moira are the 4 for the main version.
Yes.
So
Did you see the skins?
I saw a couple of them. I saw Doomfist.
Moira's is pretty good.
Moira was shown off in the cinematic. I haven't seen the Reaper skin for this, but I've seen the other ones.
It might be Reyes, right?
That's already out.
Well, right, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be Reaper's Reaper.
He's
skin.
getting a new skin. They've said he's getting a new legendary skin.
Okay, because I can't imagine it would be he's not the Reaper character yet, and
No.
he's certainly not going to be. They've already got the previous Reyes one, so
Yeah, that came out prior. So that's the only one I haven't seen. The Somber one. There's a Somber one. Is she there? No, because she's
I
Talon.
didn't see her on that list. No,
Yeah.
It was Genji.
She's getting a skin.
McCree.
There's yeah, she's getting a skin, but she's not a playable character for the main thing.
Okay.
So the
That
Somber
makes
skin
sense.
is interesting. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love her hair," and I'm looking at it like, "Yeah, it's okay."
Okay.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Oh my god, you didn't like her hair?
Oh my god, I know. It was just like so just emo.
It was like perfect.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Once again, it's one of those things where just because I didn't think it was the greatest thing ever doesn't mean someone else can't. I'm fine with other people liking things I don't like. Depending on what it is, I might say, really? But as long as it's not hurting me, I don't care what you like.
Did you see that picture that someone did with the where they were all standing there and they're like Backstreet's back?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, a Backstreet Yeah, that made sense.
Well, all right.
All right. You know what else is kind of all right?
Your face?
Mercy.
That didn't sound right.
Mercy.
I'm going to go with not my face.
I'm going to agree with Draven on this one.
Fine,
Here,
everyone disagree with me.
I got it. I got it here. We'll make it better. We'll make my face better.
Bring it. Let's see it.
There. It's on stream. My face is improved.
100 and oh, there you go. I was gonna say for $175, you can get something really nice to look at. That's 13.75 inches.
No, I don't want to brat. Oh wait. So yeah, I have the Reaper statue. I do not have the. I don't have the Diva one. I don't have the Widowmaker one. I'm tempted to eventually maybe get them. Tracer, I don't have. I don't really care.
This is going to be the biggest waifu purchase of Overwatch so far.
Maybe. I think if it would have been smarter, which I understand why they didn't, but it would have been smarter if they did the Brigitte statue. She is the hotness.
You want to
right
get
now.
into that story?
There's a reason I named it.
About?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking
about. Why you mentioned Brigitte and her popularity?
I know Thist. Of course I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, Thist. Wait, breaking the news on my Twitter stream that Brigitte is blowing up the Pornhub
searches.
Have you seen her?
Look,
I
didn't even think of going and looking that up, but
he did after he saw that article.
No, I haven't. But
you thought about it.
The ladies that I know that play Overwatch have been crushing on her big time. The guys are just, you can write them off. They're all write-offs already. They're going to go and search everything on all that anyway. But the ladies, too, are like, have you seen Brigitte? And I'm like, well, no, not as much as you, apparently. But, yeah. So we're talking about the most recent artistic release from Blizzard regarding Overwatch, which is the Mercy statue. $175 on sale. I don't blame you, Zeph.
Yeah.
It looks pretty slick.
I mean, it looks great. I don't care about Mercy, though.
Hey!
I know a lot of people that are big Mercy
fans. That's fine. I'm just saying, for my own personal opinion, I don't care. So it's not on my list of things that I have any intention of buying unless it gets to the point where, hey, guess what? I won the lottery. Hey, guess what? Here's the entire collection of Overwatch characters. Sure. Then maybe. But until that happens, no, this is not on my list to buy. Again, it looks great.
Is it because she's blonde, Draven? I know you're prejudiced.
No. It's because she's Mercy. I don't care.
Crap.
I know the feeling.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, Blizzard released or pre-ordered are available for the Mercy statue. About what?
I love Mercy, right?
You're allowed.
She is lovely and wonderful to play.
Okay.
She's got the healing skills, she boosts up her team, and she has a handy little gun in a pinch.
Okay. Again, I am not taking away anything from anyone who likes Mercy.
When you get a kill with Mercy,
I'm not arguing with you.
You feel
I just
really good
wanted
about
to state
yourself.
how I felt about her.
Okay. I will.
She's, amazing, and also, them hips.
I will stick with my Reaper, not where you can't see his face. That's the skin the ones you can't see his face are the ones I like.
Original Reaper?
Original Reaper or Pumpkinhead Reaper, stuff like that.
That's a good one. Pumpkinhead Reaper's a really good one.
Junkrat, I like.
because he's kind of
That's the straw
insane.
one. Do you remember that he had like the straw? This what is it? A scarecrow?
Mhm.
That was a good one too.
That one creeped me out so bad.
Junkrat's had really good skins. His
He's
Dr.
had some.
Frankenstein.
My
skin,
favorite
his,
is Beach Junkrat, which I don't have
the
because
Beach Junkrat
I
skin.
was out of town at the time and didn't get to the computer before it
I
expired.
forgot to get Grillmaster 76.
I don't
was
care about
so
that one.
sad I forgot.
Grillmaster.
They've
Did you
got
see
some-
that one, Wicked?
They've got some great skins
no,
in Overwatch.
No, I don't think I did.
You've got to see Grillmaster 76. He's wearing dad shorts and a grilling apron. And socks with sandals. Socks
Oh my
with sandals.
god.
It's
How
epic.
come I haven't seen? Well, I guess I don't play Overwatch much as Heroes, but you know.
Yeah.
I like in Heroes I play Tracer a lot, and I have the summer skin for her, so she's always running around in a little bathing suit shooting water guns, which I love. Year round.
Mhm.
Hey, I keep the skins that I like year round.
So do
And
I.
there's- looks like there's one more nugget here too. All access.
Woo
So
woo!
this is a Twitch thing. I
Yes.
don't really understand
I don't either
all
yet.
the details here, but basically, it's $20, I think. If I'm looking for the numbers right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's $20.
Okay, so yeah, it's $20 for Prime members over on Twitch, 30 if you don't have Prime, and you get it's called All Access. You get more camera angles on your stream available. You get new emotes in Twitch, and you can use these emotes anywhere. You
Unique
get
in-game items.
unique
You
in-game
get
items,
chat
aka
badges too.
skins, which are Overwatch colored, which is the white, the goldish color, and the gray. And you get to keep all this stuff forever.
There's
But
gonna be a bunch of people that get this.
I know
because
a
they
lot
just
of
want
people
the free
already
skins.
have. Well, yeah, for the free skins. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm getting this. I don't know. I'd have to see it work before I'd think about it. It's a cool idea. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know until I see it in action. Like just for the skins, might and the Twitch emotes and stuff like badges and stuff. Okay, it's probably overall worth that. But you can watch the players play the game like with the cameras in their face. I don't know how that works. So okay, command center
I mean, it's
behind the
$20.
scenes. Q&A interviews after. Because I noticed that they've been doing Q&As after the night's over with some of the players. Apparently that's free for now, but as of May 15th, that's going to go on the all access.
Okay.
So they're giving a preview of that part now. Let's just... I don't know. Again, cool idea.
I think it depends how into Overwatch you are, though. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's your thing, if that's what you watch, then, go do that. And if not, check out the HGC.
Check out the HEC anyway.
Yeah, just do it.
That's true.
Watch it.
Yeah, and you can have them both playing at the same time like I did earlier.
Yeah, just keep the windows open.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing is since I've been watching Overwatch League this week, I got a bunch of these little drop things.
The
So
tokens.
I'm working my way to a skin.
I was gonna say there's another little nugget with that is that the Overwatch League has been showing a couple of really interesting dynamics that I hadn't seen before, and I'm gonna get the names wrong, but there's one team, I think it's the Houston Outlaws, are just like kryptonite for others, and God, I wish I could remember because I was watching the other night. There's one team that has not yet won a match on
Shanghai Dragons.
Yes. Yep, the Dragons have not yet won a single match on.
At all.
Was it?
They've won some games, but they have not won a series overall.
Well, no. There's one team that hasn't won on one particular map the entire Overwatch League so far, And there's another where like someone who was 5 or 6 rankings lower in the standings, just every time they play the London Spitfire, decimate them. And I might be getting, but it's weird seeing teams that are normally like really, really high in the standings, and every time they come up against one other team, they can't win a match ever. Really cool things like that are happening where there's some strange parity or some strange, I guess, human meta in the Overwatch League, which really shakes things up some nights. So that's pretty cool. That's my nugget.
Yeah. And before you went on that, you were like, there's these interesting things I've never seen. I was like, well, they did have the Rocky intro for that one guy the other day. They do random, like, I mean, they do random intros for things, like Dallas Fuel did a Mercy rezzing somebody intro type thing. It was just weird. And then there was the Rocky intro yesterday, I believe. So they've got that thing, and it's silly, and it's fine. But yeah, now I'm thinking more about it, the all access thing. I mean, even if it's just the skins and the badges you want, it seems like it's worth the $20 if you're willing to spend the $20 on it, and everything else is just bonus.
I wonder if you can use Battle.net balance on it.
It's Twitch, so I doubt it.
Okay.
Like it's actually on Twitch.
Well, what's next on the lists? I think we're out of Blizzard games to talk about.
Yeah, no one cares about WoW anymore. Oh wait, yeah, we have WoW.
What's WoW?
It's like this really cool game that I probably spend too much time in.
Wow.
Wow. It's an Owen Wilson add-on is what it is. Wow.
It's an Owen Wilson add-on to the Blizzard launcher.
Yeah. Every time you click the Blizzard launcher, you hear Owen Wilson. Wow.
That would be brilliant. Another great April
oh God, don't give them ideas, Galv.
That would be so good.
No, we don't need an April Fool's Battle.net launcher.
Instead of the icon, it's like a emote picture of
random. Yeah, next year I can see April Fool's joke. It's gonna say Blizzard, and it's got a picture of Owen Wilson behind it, and then each game is gonna have a different picture of Owen Wilson instead of the actual icon.
Oh, good times, man. Good times.
That would be different. I would give them credit for that, but I would probably not log in that day. Nothing against Owen Wilson, I just don't care as much.
Oh, but that's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, we got some World of Warcraft stuff. First up, it's not the first thing on the list, but it's probably the biggest news. August 14th is the day we go to war again.
Against the machines?
That would be raging. We're just going to war.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
She's talking Terminator right there. I got the reference.
I just completely went like Rage Against the Machine on that one. So
I just watched Genesis the other night.
That's actually one of the not terrible ones.
Yeah, I like T2.
No, well, that's obviously the best one. I clearly like the most popular one in the series.
Everybody loves T2.
Yeah.
Most people, yeah. But anyway, yeah. August 14th, which is before September 21st.
Which is relevant because...
That's when they said it would be out by.
Okay.
But they have officially said, hey, this is the date we're doing. They gave us a nice little cinematic and said, all right, be prepared for this date. And then, just because I could, I looked at the price of the WoW token, and it had gone up that day. It's come back down, which is normal, but it did go up a lot that day. So that was interesting. And you want to know how I checked it?
Sure.
With the remote auction house, because you can buy and sell.
One of my favorite features of the World of Warcraft Armory phone app, because unlike the actual in-game auction house, there's many more options with regards to selling multiple stacks and prices and things like that, checking for information, buying multiple lots of items for certain prices. It's is probably one of the coolest things they've ever rolled out for World of Warcraft. It wasn't like when you're sitting at your computer. Yeah. Rip.
Okay, so they're getting rid of the remote auction house app, part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, this is not necessarily a bad thing. It's going to suck for now for the people who like using it. But what if, and I've seen multiple rumors in multiple places, much like the Legion app, we're getting a new app for Battlefield, Battle for Azeroth and Beyond, which sounds like Bed Bath and Beyond, which is just a weird picture in my head. But anyway, what if we're getting a new app that's going to be like all this stuff in one? Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think that's where Maiev gets her shower curtains from? I made myself laugh. Carry on.
See, Galv, this is how you tell a joke.
My question was more in the lines of, do you think they'll actually launch a new app, or will they rename and relaunch the Legion app? Because I don't think they should. I don't think the Legion app is going to be useful at all after B of A launches.
It would still be useful. I mean, they're going to get rid of the gold part of those missions, but the resource part of it, where you could buy like Blood of Sargeras and stuff like that, and turn those into resources to buy other things, that part might still be semi-profitable. So much like the garrison, where there's still plenty of ways to make money there. All you got to do is actually go to your garrison, or if you're like Wickedkitten, just don't leave your garrison, despite them adding doors.
And Hearthstone-y things.
Yeah. But, so, I could see them putting a brand new app out. I could also see them just updating it.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that coming out with a brand new app, I mean, maybe there's an advantage. Maybe that's not my expertise. So maybe there's like some really useful, interesting reason to do that. Otherwise, it's like...
I personally would make the new app. You can cannibalize all you want because it's your company.
Right.
You can cannibalize the old app all you want, keep only what you need, and then update it to the new.
Yeah.
But we've been maybe not so much us here on the show, but WoW players in general have been like, the auction house in-game sucks for a long time. Like, almost everyone who plays the auction house at all, even if it's once a week for 5 minutes, has some kind of an auction house add-on or multiple add-ons to change how it looks, change how it works.
Change how it lurks.
Yes. Sometimes you lurk at the auction house. But what if, and it would make sense that this would be the first step, getting rid of that part of it. Maybe they're adding a lot of that tech stuff from the app into the actual game.
That could be helpful.
Yeah.
And
this would be the first step of any kind of auction house update, is getting rid of the thing that lets you do it offline. Personally, I would like to make it so if it's in my mail, I can write it back into the auction house anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my case, it would save.
Relisting.
Yeah, in my case, it would save me all of maybe 30 seconds a week. I know some people that would save like an hour because they play the auction house a lot. So, yeah. We will miss you, remote auction house. May the new version of you be better.
Taps. Okay, so maybe there's some good news on the WoW horizon, though. Anything interesting out there aside from the depressing auction house news?
Well, I mean, we got the release date. That's pretty cool. And we also got information about the collector's edition.
Ooh. And they used a banana for an example.
Well, they used the banana for scale for part of the example.
Oh, I was going to say it's just like that biology class I took.
That's That's a strange biology class, and I don't want details. But
Look, do you want more views or not?
what we did
Fine,
get,
man.
a dramatic pause. So we know what we're getting in the collector's edition, and it is not a mouse pad. It is not an art book. And those are two things that people a lot of times bought the collector's edition for.
Right.
And then the soundtrack is digital. We're not getting a CD.
I have an opinion because the trinket is the mark of allegiance, right?
Okay. I'm still ticked about the soundtrack thing. No mouse, no art book. Upsetting. But okay, fine. Because honestly, the art book, you flip through it once if you unwrap it at all, and you're done. Soundtrack you might listen to repeatedly because it's a freaking soundtrack. It's music. That being said, honestly, I don't listen to the WoW soundtrack more than 2-3 times before I, set them aside. And my collection of soundtracks from games is sitting over there. But I understand why they made the changes for this one, because you're getting the 2 mini books, the novellas, one Horde side, one Alliance side, which take place after the Christie Golden book, coming out here in a couple months, like July, which you can pre-order. Just a tip. But the big thing is that pin, or the mark of allegiance. Yeah. One side is the lion head for Alliance. One side is the Horde symbol. So it makes sense that some of this stuff got cut out because they had to put something. They had to make room. But I don't know.
I don't understand.
Well, having
it's
looked at it, it is a paperweight to start off with, right?
Well, yeah, technically.
It doesn't open up. It's not a.
It's a thing.
It's
a cool looking thing, but it's still a thing.
Right. It's essentially, I'd say, 3.5 inches across, probably 3/4 inch thick. Really well.
Someone clip this.
And the part that I think would make this more interesting is if they had put it on a chain. If it was,
it's probably too big for like a necklace.
No, but I think you could have a reversible. Look. See this? It reminds me of roughly the size of the coaster that I use from the Blizzard.
Do you have a quarter with you?
I don't.
Okay.
But here,
it was worth a try. He's got a banana.
No, I've got the ETC pick. Okay, which is roughly the size of a quarter.
Okay,
more or less. Okay.
Ish.
But you look at the comparative size.
Yeah.
And
that actually looks like a good comparison for what is there on the screen too. So
it's substantial, but in the production side of things, it's going to be a cast metal item, easy to replicate. It's not like handcraft or something crazy, and people would rather have had a physical copy of the soundtrack and the art book
and a mouse pad. So I was watching another podcast the other day. Wicked, you were there too.
Was I?
It was a Blizzard-based podcast. Yeah, you were there.
Did they know?
Yeah, you were there. You were a moderator.
Oh, I usually am.
Yeah, I would say that narrows it down, but not that much.
No.
Azeroth Roundtable, and they were saying it feels like Battle for Azeroth is kind of WoW 2.0, which it kind of does, because we got rid of Sargeras, and he was supposed to be WoW ends at Sargeras, so kind of WoW 2.0. And then I got to thinking, Well, if that's the case, then that means the collector's edition stuff would change too.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, it was last night.
I remember they said something like, "Well, Draven in the chat makes a good point." I remember that
I
much.
get that a lot whenever I, say something in a chat room.
Chat, what do you think?
Am I telling the truth or am I making things up? Here's a hint. It's actually true. But no, I mean, if it's kind of WoW 2.0 without actually being WoW 2.0, because that would just split the audience in half, at best.
More than factions do.
Well, yeah. And most people I know have both sides of the faction. They just main one side and they randomly, occasionally play the other.
Did you say MAME or main?
Main. N. Like nickel.
All right, fair enough.
Yes. So you main one side versus the other, and you just play the other. Like right now, my main is a paladin on the alliance side. I have more horde max characters than I do alliance by a lot. Because that's just how it worked out. I have more of that side than the other. No big deal. But if they made a WoW 2.0, you're going to take all these people who play, and if it has a subscription to it, well, you pick one or the other. Well, I can guarantee you for a while, WoW 1, what we have now, would be mostly dead. Depending on how good 2.0 is.
Yep.
And then even then, people are going to go back and say, oh, it's not what it was. So it kind of makes sense without doing the official 2.0 to change up everything, which includes, sadly, the collector's edition. I still would rather have the physical copy of the soundtrack.
Yep.
Because I don't like just pure digital stuff. Like I won't. If I buy music, I still buy the CD.
Right.
Even if I have to
God,
go
how
to
old are
the
you?
even. Well, I mean, I could buy the 8-track, and I do own a couple vinyls, but those are actually more recent than some of the CDs I own.
Yeah.
Vinyls are trendy. You know, I have a friend who tangent.
Excellent sound quality too.
I have a friend who knew that I listen to podcasts, and all of a sudden he's like, "I'm listening to a podcast now." I'm like, "Really? What's it about?" He's like, "It's about cassettes. You know they're coming back." No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Cassettes are
No.
never coming back.
They're
dude.
not coming back. Vinyls, I get.
The only reason cassettes would make a comeback is so that you could copy your old information off them before they dry up and die.
Mhm.
And that's about it.
And to be fair, I own one vinyl, and it was a very, very specific reason. I will mention it post-show. So remind me.
Okay.
It pushes the line of PG-13. Let's put it that way.
Is it Prince?
No.
Oh, never mind. I'm not interested.
But anyway,
Porn?
no. It's music. But anyway, so it makes sense. Getting back to the thing. Back to WoW.
Wow.
Yeah. Back to Warcraft. It makes sense that
Oh,
things
yeah.
are getting updated. I still, in my personal preference, instead of having this, it looks really cool, but it's going to be a paperweight thing. Instead of having that, I would rather have had the art book, the CD, the mouse pad.
I can't justify a paperweight. I mean, of all the crap in my house that you try to manage your life, that's literally a turnoff. Like if I was a medallion, like as a necklace or something, like anything, you could wear that to the Renfest. You could,
It's like I said, it's too big to be anything but a paperweight. You can put it on a shelf.
It's not going to hold a book up. It's the wrong shape.
Well, no, it would literally be just as a display on the shelf.
Yeah, I can't. I know what you're saying, and I can't assign enough value to that particular item, whether quality or materials. Like if it was like gold plated or something, or I don't know, like a Franklin Mint piece when you could use to buy the gold chess sets or whatnot for showiness, but that ain't it. It doesn't have It doesn't have the luster or
Yeah.
any feature to it that makes it attractive.
Well, I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinion on it. I think it looks cool. In and of itself, I don't think it's worth getting the collector's edition for that. I think the big thing for the collector's edition, excuse me, for me at least, is going to be the 2 novellas. Although, let's be honest here, you're going to get them online the day of, either from Wowhead or YouTube or something like that. You're going to get access to them anyway. But again, I like having physical copies of books also.
Yep. Me too.
So it's one of those, it's a thing I like to have. So the fact that going back to the soundtrack, it's not a physical soundtrack. That's a turn-off to me. That being said, if I can swing it, I'll probably still buy the collector's edition, even though I have the digital.
You're an addict.
Well, I have the collector's edition of everything from when I started getting them, so. But that reminds me, they did make a change to how collector's edition, if you pre-ordered digital stuff, they made a change. It used to be, here's a code, good luck getting rid of it. Now, as of Battle for Azeroth, if you went straight and bought the digital deluxe for like $60, you get BattleNet balance credit when you activate the code for the physical copy of how much you paid. If you did the standard and then upgraded and then get the physical copy, you get that standard back. The upgrade to digital you don't get that back. You only get the first. So whatever you paid for first, you get back.
Okay.
It's still going to Blizzard because it's BattleNet balance, but it's better than what it was because it used to be you'd get a code. Everyone I know has the expansion already by the time you have it. How do you get rid of the code? Well, here's another free boost, I guess, or another paid-for boost.
Yeah.
Unless you were lucky enough that you could get rid of the code. And whether you sold the code for money, which technically you would be allowed to do, or you just gave it to a friend, that was up to you. So this way is much better because you're guaranteed your money back.
I could use a code.
It doesn't count. It doesn't give you a month's, playtime. You only get access if you have it. So you'd have to sub first.
How much is the expansion?
Which version do you want?
The cheap one.
50.
Oh yeah.
So you're looking at 50 plus 1 month, which is about $15.
Man, I need rich friends.
You and me both. By the way, thank you, Kat, for the headset.
Did he remember to thank you?
I thanked the person prior
I know, I
to
was
the
here.
show, and then in the show, and then just now.
And then probably at the end as
And
well.
probably at the end, too, because I'll be like, yeah, I probably
So
should.
Draven, got any shout-outs tonight?
I do, but we'll get there later. Because we're not done.
I wonder who he's gonna shout out. Oh my god!
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a super secret.
The suspense is killing us.
Shh.
I hope it lasts.
Don't say anything.
So, a while back, we mentioned this NPC out on the Broken Shore,
Yes.
who has a really
that's
long
it.
cast time.
Right.
And
was there a payoff?
there was every time that cast is ended, or within a day of it, one way or the other, something WoW related has happened. This last time we got the Broken Shore, or not the Broken Shore. What's that new battleground? Whatever. Seething Shore.
Yeah.
Last time that cast ended, we got Seething Shore. Guy's casting again. And if I'm going to pull it up here real quick, just to make sure I'm not wrong.
It's looking like Wednesday.
Wednesday the 25th
Yes.
Pacific. So they're probably going to change it by a day. So because, patch day's on Tuesday. It looks like the 24th of April, we're going to get the next step of the Silithus story that we've been waiting on so we can dump all of our hate artifact power into that. And given that the expansion is still a couple months away, I don't think that's what we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get the artifact dump, the power dump. I think we're gonna get more story and maybe something else, but I don't think we're gonna get the dump. Because once that dump happens, get your mind out of the gutter.
It's a hero's duty to dump their artifact power.
It's not like Maya's shower curtain where, she opens it up and all of a sudden she's got a knife and wants to kill you. Galv, you better get that reference. Because I don't want to go any more detail than that. But...
Psycho shower curtain.
No. Well, maybe. So I don't think we're going to get the artifacts emptying their power, since Wicked can't keep a straight face when you say dump. See?
Let's go look.
No, she's trying.
She's hanging in there.
She's trying.
I can keep a straight face, but then it looks like something's wrong.
So it looks like my face? I'm so sorry.
But prettier.
That really doesn't take a whole lot. But, well, okay.
So speaking of Draven's face,
Ew.
Uglier options are coming to your World of Warcraft characters.
Okay.
Yes. Did I catch the segue or did I just torpedo
Perfect.
you?
That gets the Draven seal of approval.
All right.
Okay, so because of this, first off, I'm going to put the title screen back on for a sec. Only one thing here is Blizzard related, for the picture, I mean. And that is the Deckard cane. Everything else is from another game. But I did that because of a tweet from Wowhead. And I'm going to see if I can't add it.
Courtesy of Wowhead.
Courtesy of Wowhead's Twitter account.
We are the world.
So the point is that my character, although attractive in game and a worgen, could also become as hairy as me.
I like my worgen, even if people make fun of female worgens. I don't care.
Okay, so it is now up on screen so you can see it. They sent out this tweet. Here's some ugly options for the Colteris people. And my first thought when I saw this was, that looks like a really old, battered Ciri from Witcher 3.
Yes.
And as such, because I am me, title screen has Ciri from Witcher 3.
Good choice.
And then I threw Deckard Cain in because they announced Deckard Cain.
Well,
stay a while and listen.
Yeah.
Wow, that was my best Deckard Cain.
That's a pretty good one.
Congrats.
So these options have all sorts of interesting things.
Yeah.
And some people are going to like them. Some good scarring, some bags under the eyes, some other unattractive but interesting things. I think that getting away from the fully fantasy aspect of every character is the most fantasy version of a character you would create, sort of thing. That's a good option to have.
Yeah. I mean, some characters, it makes sense. Elves should probably never really have an ugly option because they're elves.
And yet we have the Nightborn.
That's not really ugly. That's just like skin tone. Stop being racist.
Well, yeah, but they all get desiccated on their drug addiction, and then you gotta feed their habit, and then they become withered, and then...
Or they become withered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Withered is just another name for, like, mana crystal addicts.
Yeah. So, I mean, fine, we'll go with that, but... you could give some scarring to elves, but you don't want to go overboard with it. You can give them, obviously, you can give them tattoos. Thank you, demon hunters.
Sure.
But there are certain races that I still say shouldn't have certain options. Elves being ugly. Humans, sure, make them as ugly as you want. Orcs, ugly as you want. In fact, uglier is probably better. Kind of like gargoyles in that.
So saith Green Jesus.
He dropped his hammer, so I took it. And then I never played that character again. But, you know...
Do you ever notice the Draenei are, like, unbelievably attractive?
No. I've never noticed the goat people as being attractive.
They're literally, like, the prettiest, in my opinion. Like, they're gorgeous.
Like I said,
By
furry.
design.
No, again, you can look at it however you want. It doesn't matter.
Are you
But-
into the Worgen? Is that your thing?
No, you are.
No, the Worgen will never be attractive until they fix the leg graphics for all of the armor.
And the sniffing. I get it on both sides because I'm a Worgen warlock, so I get made fun of no matter what I do.
So,
Damn mage.
all that stuff that I just said about certain things shouldn't be allowed and some, whatever. I do think that humans they could be prettier models. Not necessarily like, holy crap, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. But, a little bit of prettier, give them some more hair options, beard options for the guys, or girls, whatever.
Yeah. Girl beard options, yeah.
Equality. for
Yeah,
dudes.
sure. You can give the dudes boobs too. It's fine.
Technically, dudes have boobs.
Well, I meant larger in the game.
Like,
and not
1%
like
of all breast cancer happens to men. Did you know that?
I think we got a show title this week, Galv.
Wow.
Well, did you know that 1%? No. That's too
I
long.
did not.
Even I won't go that long for a title.
It's actually true.
Okay, I believe you. So yeah, we have the option to make some classes or some races uglier. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing some more of making them prettier also. But we're getting there, slowly. I have a feeling next expansion is going to be the expansion where we get more, not BFA, but the one after. Where we get more of these options. Where humans can have tattoos, all of them. Or hairstyles can get mixed up. Like, I went to an elvish barber, so I can have access to the elvish haircuts.
Their hair can't do that. They don't have the genetics for it.
Hairspray. So you're telling me the undead can have spikes, mohawks, spikes in their hair, but regular humans, which is all undead, because Blizzard doesn't want us to play an undead Tauren or Troll, and Death Knights don't count.
That beef has gone bad, Draven.
And with that, we're just gonna call the show. I'm the bad jokes. He won't listen, guys. I keep telling him to come up with good jokes, but he doesn't listen.
If I were to play an undead Tauren, I would call myself E. coli.
I like it. So other World of Warcraft news. It's actually making some more major headlines in different publications. Caught a story in Polygon that was discussing the new Azerite instance mission AI and how the increased level of AI intelligence. So let's say it's a PvE scenario that's faction based. So let's say you're the Horde and you roll into this island and you start collecting Azerite. Well, there's an alliance team that is a composition of a certain party, that comes out, but their tank is going to stop you from getting to the back line. their healers are going to run away from the front line, so you can't get near them and hit them. Their casters are going to target your healers. Like real strategies where it's a significant challenge even on normal difficulty.
That's
to
not what I
combat them.
heard. I heard normal was
Really?
really easy. Like it didn't get hard until like whatever level 3 or something like that.
Maybe that is the. I mean, I just read it today that they said it was
They might have
very
updated
challenging.
it, but from what I had heard
Yeah.
prior to, it was kind of cake until you got up to the higher level difficulties.
Well, they've got it sectioned out to normal, heroic, and mythic level difficulties.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes sense.
but maybe they've ratcheted up the normal AI such that until you get the gear scores, you can't just roll into heroic or mythic.
Makes sense.
But yeah.
And they also
So,
have
but
the PvP option too.
Mhm.
So that'll be interesting.
But one of the stories was like they were trying to take down one of the high value targets, and they engaged the boss, and then they got wiped by the alliance team because they couldn't handle the aggro of the boss plus the opposing faction, and they did the same thing to them, where when they engaged the boss and tapped it, they were able to, take out the back line because now the opposing team's tank was engaged. Couldn't, so
Yeah.
where it feels better. The AI is much smarter than the normal World of Warcraft AIs.
Yep.
So that
Which
was
we knew. They did mention that was coming. So, some other quick. We'll just real quick, and then we'll get out of here because I know Wicked has other things she'd rather be doing right now.
Hey,
It's true.
is it?
Yes.
Yeah, we can go do that PvE fight in
In Heroes.
Heroes of the Storm. I'm game.
But anyway,
Oh yeah, that's right. We could do that on stream too.
we could. We're going to go ahead and go through the last couple things Warcraft. We're not going to hit every single thing that Alessander gave us from the media day because if we did that, we'd be here for another 2 hours.
Yep, fair enough.
So, number 1, Dark Iron Dwarves and Magheart Orcs are the next 2 allied races we can play. Like,
Woohoo!
level, play. Zandalari Trolls, which is one of the first ones they announced, are a little later. Same as Colteran, which we just found out about, so it makes sense. Pre-patch. The pre-patch event is going to be, from what I hear, similar to Legion Invasions, only it's going to be fighting Alliance or Horde, depending on what side you're on. I don't know how that's going to work, but I know there's going to be some stuff over in Darkshore, which is going to be like burning of the tree, which, spoilers, a tree burns.
Nomi.
Malfurion.
Nomi, what did you do?
Tyrande.
Tyrande!
Malfurion, my love.
You can level straight through PvP next expansion if you really want to, which you can do now, but apparently it's going to be a little faster than it was this expansion.
If it becomes more similar in payout, I can imagine a lot of people opting to do more PvP on the way up, and that becoming a healthier side of things.
It's possible. I could see both sides. I don't know. I'm gonna be doing the questing, especially that first time
Sure.
and the second time. But after that, who knows how I'll be doing it. Like I know I'm gonna get 2 max levels fairly quickly. Might even. I can't take that week off for the show, but outside of that, just game for a few days straight. That'll be fun.
Don't forget to go outside.
The graphics are nice, but the gameplay sucks.
You know what? Just take Tuesdays and Thursdays off, Draven.
But the game comes out on a Tuesday. No!
Just quit your job.
Mm.
I'm sure it'll work out.
Yeah.
Just quit going to the gym. Use that time.
Yeah. Something else I noticed that was interesting that is not gym related. There's a new weather system being added where apparently you can actually see the weather coming. Pervert.
Shut up.
You're the one who left.
Careful, Draven. That weather will get in your eye.
So you'll actually be able to see the storm clouds at a distance and the rain underneath those storm clouds moving across the zone, kind of like how Deathwing showed up, only it would probably be a little slower and less deadly.
And dragony.
Yeah.
And dragon.
Well, I mean, you never know. There might be some dragons. Island expeditions. They're going to be tuned for 3 fleet people. You can't solo them. First aid is going away. We knew that.
Who needs it?
Well, at least they're not getting rid of all the stuff. They're just redistributing it.
Yeah. Questing like Suramar, how it was chapter based, like week to week. We don't know where it's coming, but we're doing it again at some point. Probably the max level zones, obviously, but or one that isn't on the map yet.
Time gating players from passing content.
Kind of, but at the same time, as long as you go into it knowing that you're not going to finish it straight away, it's not too horrible. It's just one of those, I want this reward, give me the reward, give me the reward. Why can't I do this whole thing? That's where people get upset, kind of. And apparently, this last thing, Blizzard wants to make it so that both sides can say the other side started the faction war. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I was going to say there's another little note is that they're going to take PvP titles or PvP progress and spread it account globally, including titles. So that's something interesting.
There's a couple titles that shouldn't, like the Gladiator titles.
I think it's only it's factions. It's still faction restricted. Like I can't go and make my alliance character a Bloodguard, for example.
Okay, yeah, but those they have equivalents both sides, so it'll work.
Right.
But what I mean, like the high end, I earn this title with this character, I think should still be that character only. But that's really the only one.
See, in the way that people are cycling through characters and renaming characters, and faction and race change. I mean, it's also fluid. I think it's once the player accomplishes the task, I don't have a problem with them opening it up.
I mean, if they don't want to do that, that's fine. That's just my personal opinion, because I don't want to see whatever the Gladiator title is. If I'm on my Paladin and I earn the Gladiator title, ain't going to happen. But let's say it does. For some weird reason.
PvP, I agree.
Yeah. Let's just say for some reason all the PvPers stop PvPing and I'm the only one left. Hey, yay, Gladiator title, whatever it is. If I'm on my Rogue, which I will say I suck at, like Galv's Hunter. Sorry. Actually, my Rogue is even worse. But I'm really bad at Rogue. End of story. I'm bad at Rogue. It took me multiple times going through that to get the weapons. If I put that title on my Rogue, because I could, people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's that good," and I'm on my Rogue, and then they're gonna destroy me. Well, clearly I should have this title. Blizz, what the heck? You know, it's just one of those things. So I think it should be that character only for that title. All the other titles, sure, account wide. But for the top 1% or 5% or whatever that percentage is, those are the only ones that are character specific. What are you laughing about?
Nothing, I'm sorry.
She's gone crazy.
I get what you're saying, and
A little bit.
there's some of that. I think that, especially with some of the older titles that you just can't get anymore, I think it would be cool to be able to carry those forward. Like I've got vanilla PvP titles that they're not around. So
yeah. It's like I said, it's a personal opinion. If they don't go with it, they don't go with it. I'm not gonna lose sleep over well, this person got this title on this character and they didn't earn it on that character. No, I don't care. Not enough.
Right.
But yeah, I just thought, go through a couple of those notes.
Yep.
I found it weird that Zandalari is not something we're going to get access to right away. Because that was one of the selling points of the expansion was you could play as this kind of character. It was one of the first ones they announced, and apparently it's going to be one of the last ones we get. Oh well.
I'm looking through. Yeah. See if there's anything else around here that. The war campaign sounds interesting. And we talked about the new AI as well, the weather, yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Yay, that was a show!
Yeah.
A tech issue ridden 2-hour show.
We
Wicked,
made it.
You were great, Wicked.
Yes.
Was I?
Hi, Draven.
See? He tells me I did a good job.
I said you did a good job too. Hi, Galv.
Oh. Hi, Draven. Hi, Galv.
She's dissing us, Galv.
No,
I
I'm not.
guess.
Well deserved, but still.
I'm saying hi.
I think we earned it.
Yeah, she missed our jokes.
Mhm.
Anyway,
That's
let's
right.
do some actual shout-outs. Galv, do you have any shout-outs? How do people get a hold of you online? That kind of thing.
Man, I had like a legit shout out earlier and I totally lost it. So let me start with how people get a hold of me. Twitch.tv/Galvanid. Galvanid Online is my Twitter handle. I'm in CTR. I'm in Vex on Thunderlord. I'm always in all sorts of Discord channels, and I'm always happy to help out, things like that. Coming back to me later, if I try to remember the shout, otherwise I'll come up with one for you.
Okay. Wicked.
Yes.
If someone were so inclined, how would they get a hold of you online? And also, do you have any shout-outs you want to give people?
Let me see. Who would I? Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Deckard Kane for finally coming to the Nexus where he belongs.
He's old. It took him a while.
Yeah, you walk slowly, old man. Although, didn't we like lose him for like a bunch of Diablo? But anyway,
Spoilers,
yeah,
he died.
Shh, butterflies. So yeah, can't wait for him to go live, and shit. Whoops. I'm sorry. Yeah. So. How you can get a hold of me is I am at twitch.tv/wickedkitten13, and you can find me there when I'm streaming Heroes of the Storm mostly, and sometimes Hearthstone. Depends how I'm feeling when the mood strikes me. You can also find me in many Twitch chat rooms, especially for the Frog Pants stuff. So, if you want to hang out, come and talk to me, because I'm there, and I like people. Well, I like some people. Might like you.
Even moi?
No.
Oh, never mind. I did remember. I want to give a shout out to Bartholomew of CTR. If you haven't followed Bartholomew, what he has done is he has decided to rebrand his streaming. And he's way ahead of me on the whole Twitch streaming bit. But it's a big deal and kind of a big step to do a rebranding effort. He put a lot of thought into it, got a lot of opinions and stuff like that. And so I think my shout out is to him because, man, it's a tough deal to try to go and rebrand your channel. Even if you're keeping some of the same aspects of the show, just making those transitions takes a lot of bravery and a lot of guts out there. So yeah, props to him.
I saw that. He's like what is it, a bonus level now?
Yeah. I
Yep.
still
He wants
say he should have gone with back at Retro Fun.
Well, he wants bonus level, and I saw it's a bonus level. So I wonder if there's one more step that he's going to take in there that he might have been alluding to. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's just because everyone knew him as Barf. So back at Retro Fun. BARF.
That's clever.
I came up with it so clearly.
you're just feeding the beasts. Cut it out.
No, I mean, a bonus level is what he's using now. That's fine.
Yeah.
He finds bonus levels all the time, so it makes sense too. So that's cool.
Yeah,
And he's cool people, so that works.
Yes, he's cool people, and in the spirit of Ready Player One, bonus levels.
Yeah, support small streamers. It's very important. You know, Galv streams, I stream, Barf streams.
We all stream for ice cream.
Oh my god. If anybody ever wants me to do a stream of me eating ice cream, I will totally do it. Just
oh my god.
Send your checks to
I want to see it.
Well, you know where to send your money.
I have money? Why didn't anyone tell me this? Be right back I'm gonna buy the Mercy statue, the Widowmaker statue, the Diva statue, all those other statues.
As long as the Diva statue flies.
I think
you may have run up against the statute of limitation on that pun.
Ba-dum-bum.
You can find me over on Twitter at Draven Dresden. As long as you're nice, polite, civil, whatever word you want to use there, as long as it means something similar to those, have a chat. Still working on that super secret thing that Wicked still hasn't seen.
You're not worthy.
She wasn't here. I told her to be here. She wasn't here. It's not my fault.
I was streaming, and don't point at me. I don't like it when you point.
Anyway, yeah. As for any shout-outs, I've given Kat 2 shout-outs already. So third time's a charm. Shout out to Kat for these new lovely headphones, which I still have to adjust because they keep falling backwards. I will give a shout-out to Wicked for being on this week. Hi, Galv. And other than that, I will give another shout out to Steven Spielberg and people at Ready Player One because it was a fun movie, dang it. Mm-hmm. And this is my movie ticket. I went to see
prove that you went.
To prove I was there.
Now we know you didn't murder that person.
I don't think a movie ticket equals an alibi, but thank you.
It could.
I was at the movies. Anyway.
Do you remember this guy with a bag of popcorn?
Ew.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
No, that would not have been me. I did not have popcorn.
Then you did murder! Yeah, okay, so there you go. You killed him.
You deny it?
So, you didn't eat popcorn, but you murdered someone. That's great.
I'm going to go with no to both of those. I did not eat popcorn, and I did not murder anybody during Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then.
Take that how you will. Disclaimer, FBI and anyone else listening in, I've never actually murdered anyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Do we have any last words for the show that do not include the word murder?
Stay a while and listen.
Damn it, he stole mine.